your sweater is finished, the final stage is going to be the blocking. So I started by wet blocking this. I soaked it in a wool wash and then rolled it in towels, and now I'm just laying it out on some blocking mats. So I've got a combination of things here. I've just got these blocking bars, but pins work great too, and a measuring tape just to kind of check where I'm at. So the first thing I will usually do with this is I'll just even things out so that everything is looking pretty much the way it's supposed to look. And then the next thing I do is I'll take my measuring tape to kind of take a check to see if I'm where I'm at. And if I'm concerned about it being a little too small, I might even kind of just pin a little bit more to get it open. But the place that I mainly use these pins is around the back of the neck. So you see the way this sometimes kind of doesn't lie totally flat. I'll frequently just go ahead and pin these flat to make sure I get a nice flat back of neck. And then I'm going to go put a pin up on the top of the shoulders here, because if I'm going to stretch this down, I want to make sure that I don't end up kind of not getting a nice clean line up there. So after that, when I've got everything kind of straightened out, lying the way I want and the size I want it to, I will often go along and actually just pinch my cables. See the way I'm just trying to, because if you flattened it out a bit, you may end up with these cables looking a little flat, and we kind of want to still keep a nice amount of texture in the cables. Now obviously this is just the front of the work, and there's also the back of the work behind where you can't see. So what I will often do is initially just dry one side partially and let it dry, so that it's still damp but not totally dry. And then at that point I'll flip it over and I can do the same thing while it's still a little damp on the other side. So that's kind of all I'm going to do. But so the two things are, you want to get a little bit more 3D texture so they're not flattened in those cables, and you want to check your actual measurements to make sure they're coming out at what they're supposed to be. So that's pretty much all we're going to do with the blocking. And yeah, halfway through I will take it over, I'll flip to the other side, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. So enjoy your blocking, get somewhere like relatively warm that's going to dry it fairly quickly. It can be a bit tricky in Ireland in the winter, but in the summertime it should dry pretty quickly in the sunshine.